brother made my life hell, then got my wife pregnant. Now he wants my help after our parents disowned him and left me their $2 million inheritance. My younger brother David has always harbored a deep-seated resentment towards me. If you think it stemmed from jealousy, you'd be wrong. He was the favored child, not me. There was no reason for him to be envious. To give you some context, our mother always indulged David. He was the golden child of our family. She cooked his meals, did his laundry, and even asked me to help him with his schoolwork. I was expected to assist him simply because we were family, but I never received the same consideration in return. I accepted this, as I was quite independent. Perhaps it was partly my fault for always meeting his needs without expecting anything back. He never helped me when I needed it, and only approached me when he wanted something. While I was a quiet, introverted kid who enjoyed studying and keeping to myself, he was loud and rough, just like our dad. I also tended to be more studious, while David excelled in sports. Naturally, he received more attention. Our dad would proudly attend his games, while my academic achievements were brushed aside with a simple, "Good job, son." Despite this imbalance, I tried to maintain a cordial relationship with David. I helped him with homework, lent him money when he needed it, and even covered for him when he got into trouble. But he never reciprocated. As we grew older, the differences between us became more pronounced. I pursued higher education, landed a stable job, and eventually married my wife, Sarah. David, on the other hand, drifted from one dead-end job to another. He often relied on our parents for financial support and continued to live with them well into his late 20s. The real turning point came when Sarah and I got married. David was my best man, but he seemed bitter throughout the wedding. He made sarcastic remarks during his speech, implying Sarah had settled for me. I brushed it off as his usual antics, but it stung. Years passed, and Sarah and I built a comfortable life together. We bought a house, traveled occasionally, and planned for children. Meanwhile, David spiraled further. He developed a gambling habit, borrowed money from shady people, and constantly asked me for loans, which I rarely gave. Our parents, however, never stopped enabling him. My mother would defend his actions, saying he just needs time to find himself. My father, though disappointed, still bailed him out financially. Then came the ultimate betrayal. I discovered that David and Sarah had been having an affair behind my back. It started innocently enough. David would drop by when I was at work, but over time, it turned into something far more sinister. When Sarah confessed, she was already pregnant. The child was David's. I was devastated. My world crumbled. The woman I loved, the one I trusted the most, had betrayed me with my own brother. I confronted David, and he had the audacity to smirk and say, "Looks like I finally beat you at something." That was the last straw. Our parents were furious when they found out. My father, usually calm, actually struck David across the face. My mother, who had always defended him, finally broke down and admitted she had failed as a parent. They disowned him on the spot. Sarah begged me for forgiveness, claiming it was a mistake, that she still loved me, but I couldn't look at her the same way again. The trust was shattered beyond repair. We divorced shortly after. In a twist of fate, our parents passed away within a year of each other. Their will left everything, including a $2 million inheritance, to me. Not a single cent was left for David. He was livid. He accused me of manipulating our parents, of turning them against him. But the truth was, they had simply lost faith in him. Years went by. I rebuilt my life, focusing on work and personal growth. I stayed single, poured myself into hobbies, and found peace in solitude. David, meanwhile, continued his downward spiral. He burned bridges with friends, owed money to loan sharks, and struggled to keep a job. I occasionally heard about his troubles through mutual acquaintances, but I kept my distance. Then, out of the blue, He showed up at my doorstep one evening. He looked haggard, with dark circles under his eyes and a desperate expression. "Please," he said, his voice trembling. "I need your help. They're after me. I owe a lot of money. If I don't pay them back, they'll—" I cut him off. "Why should I help you, David? After everything you've done." He fell to his knees. "I know I don't deserve it, but think of the baby, my child, your nephew." The irony of his plea hit me like a brick. He was using the very child he conceived through betrayal as leverage. I stared at him, torn between anger and pity. Part of me wanted to slam the door in his face. Another part of me, the part that had always been the responsible brother, felt a pang of guilt. But then I remembered all the times he had manipulated me, used me, and betrayed me. "You made your choices, David," I said coldly, "and now you have to live with them. I'm done cleaning up your messes." He wept, begging me to reconsider. But I stood firm. Eventually, he staggered away into the night. I later learned that he skipped town, trying to escape his debts. No one's heard from him since. Some say he fled overseas. Others whisper darker rumors. As for Sarah, she raised the child on her own. We remain no contact. From what I hear, she struggles financially. But that's no longer my concern. Do I feel guilty? Sometimes. He's my brother after all. But then I remind myself, family is more than just blood. It's about trust, respect, and love. And David threw all of that away. I inherited my parents' estate not because I was perfect, but because I was responsible. I honored their trust. David, on the other hand, squandered every chance he was given. So when people ask me if I'd ever forgive him, my answer is simple. Forgiveness is possible. Reconciliation is not.